Regain her trust. Real talk for men. You messed up. She's hurt. And now the question is, can you get her to trust you again? The truth is, yes. But only if you move like a man, not a boy. See, apologies are easy. Words are cheap. But rebuilding trust, that's earned. It's about looking in the mirror and owning your mistakes, not making excuses or trying to sugarcoat things. It's about understanding that her pain is valid, and her timeline for healing isn't up to you. If you're serious about doing better, not just saying sorry, hit that like, subscribe, and let's talk about real growth and redemption. This isn't about tricks or shortcuts. This is about becoming the kind of man who doesn't repeat the same mistakes. The kind of man who deserves a love built on a foundation of respect and trust. No excuses, just ownership. Look, we've all been there. You screw up, you hurt someone you care about, and suddenly you're drowning in guilt and regret. Your first instinct might be to deflect, to downplay, to say, it wasn't that bad, or you're overreacting. But here's the thing. That's the boy in you talking. A real man, a man who's serious about making things right, owns his mistakes. He doesn't try to minimize her pain or justify his actions. He says, I messed up. I was wrong. And I'm sorry. And he means it. Notice I didn't say, I'm sorry you feel that way. That's a non-apology. It's about your feelings, not hers. It's about avoiding responsibility, not taking it. Women can smell that a mile away. They can feel when your apology is a strategy, a way to get back in her good graces, versus when it's real, when it comes from a place of genuine remorse. So, before you even think about approaching her, before you try to explain yourself or offer solutions, take a long, hard look in the mirror. Acknowledge what you did, why it was wrong, and the impact it had on her. And then, and only then, can you start to rebuild from a place of honesty and integrity. Remember, owning your mistakes isn't about beating yourself up. It's about taking responsibility for your actions and showing her that you're man enough to face the consequences. Because at the end of the day, that's what a real man does. He doesn't shy away from the hard stuff. He steps up, owns his truth, and does the work to become better. So, you've apologized. You've acknowledged her pain. You've owned your mistakes. That's a good start, man. But it's just that, a start. See, rebuilding trust isn't a one-time conversation. It's a long game. It's about showing up consistently day after day and proving to her that you're serious about changing. It's about your actions speaking louder than your words. Because here's the deal. Women are incredibly perceptive. They can spot a faker a mile away. They can tell the difference between a guy who's just saying what he thinks they want to hear and a guy who's genuinely committed to becoming a better man. So if you're serious about regaining her trust, don't just talk about it. Be about it. Don't bombard her with promises you can't keep or grand gestures that feel empty. Instead, focus on the small, everyday actions that demonstrate your commitment to change. Be reliable. Be present. Be the man you said you'd be. Remember, trust is built in the small moments, in the quiet consistency of your actions. It's about showing up even when it's hard, even when you're tired, even when you'd rather just check out. And here's a little secret. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is give her space. Let her know that you respect her need to process her emotions, that you're not going to pressure her or try to rush her healing. Because true love isn't about possession or control. It's about respecting her boundaries and allowing her the space she needs to heal. So take a step back from the endless conversations and focus on your actions. Let your changed behavior speak for itself. Let her see the man you're becoming, not just hear about it. Because at the end of the day, actions will always speak louder than words. Now, this is a tough one for a lot of guys to hear, but it's crucial. Her pain is not your problem to fix. It's not your job to make her feel better, to convince her to trust you again. See, when you try to control her healing process, you're essentially saying, your feelings are inconvenient for me. You're making it about you, not her. And that, my friend, is the opposite of what you want to do. Understand this. She has every right to be hurt, to be angry, to be doubtful. Don't try to talk her out of it, don't minimize it, and definitely don't get defensive. Just listen. Be present with her pain. Let her know that you see it, you hear it, and you validate it. This isn't about agreeing with everything she says or taking on the blame for every single thing that's wrong in her life. It's about acknowledging the impact of your actions and giving her the space to feel her feelings fully. Now, I know this can be uncomfortable. It's natural to want to escape discomfort, to smooth things over, to make the tension go away. But here's the thing. Sitting with discomfort, with her pain, without trying to fix it, is one of the most powerful things you can do. It shows her that you're not afraid of her emotions, that you're strong enough to hold space for her even when it's hard. Trust is rebuilt in these moments, in the moments when she's unsure, when she's vulnerable, and you stay solid. You don't shut down, you don't get defensive, you don't try to force her to get over it. You just be there, present and unwavering, like a rock in the storm. This is how you demonstrate true empathy, and empathy is the foundation of any strong, healthy relationship. So take a deep breath, man, and lean into the discomfort. Let her feel what she needs to feel and let her know that you're not going anywhere. Let's be brutally honest here. She can't trust the same version of you that broke her heart. Think about it. If she's smart, she's learned her lesson. She's not going to hand her heart back to someone who hasn't shown real, tangible change. This isn't about putting on a show for her, about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about using this experience, this mistake, as fuel to become the best version of yourself. This is about you, about your growth, about becoming a man who doesn't repeat the same patterns, who doesn't keep hurting the people he cares about. What needs to change? Where are the weak spots in your character? Is it a lack of emotional intelligence? Is it an inability to communicate effectively? Is it a pattern of infidelity or dishonesty? Whatever it is, own it. And then get to work. This might mean therapy, joining a men's group, reading books on personal development, working with a coach, getting serious about your spiritual practice. Whatever it takes to dig deep and address the root of the issue. And don't just do the work in secret, hoping she'll magically notice. Let her see your commitment to growth. Let her see you putting in the effort, facing your demons, and becoming a better man. Remember, actions speak louder than words. A new gym membership means nothing if you're still the same emotionally unavailable guy she broke up with. Reading a self-help book is pointless if you're not actively applying the principles to your life. This is about real, lasting change, the kind of change that comes from deep within and radiates outward into every area of your life. This is about becoming the kind of man she can't help but trust, the kind of man who wouldn't dream of hurting her again because he's done the work to heal himself. Chapter 5. Here's the hard truth, gentlemen. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, despite your genuine remorse and commitment to change, sorry isn't enough. And that's okay. As painful as it is, you have to accept that you don't get to decide when someone else is ready to forgive you. You don't get to dictate the timeline for her healing. She gets to decide what's best for her, and you have to respect that, even if it hurts. Now, this doesn't mean you should give up on yourself or on the possibility of reconciliation. It just means that you need to shift your focus from trying to win her back to becoming the best version of yourself for you. Because here's the thing. Even if she doesn't come back, the work you do on yourself will never be wasted. It will benefit you in every area of your life, your relationships, your career, your sense of self-worth. So, if she's not ready to forgive you, don't beg, don't plead, don't try to bargain with her emotions. Let her go with grace and dignity. Wish her well and mean it. And then, keep moving forward on your journey of growth. Remember, true strength lies in accepting what is, learning from it, and becoming a better man because of it. Sometimes the best apology isn't something you say, but something you become. It's the man you transform into, the man who has learned from his mistakes and is committed to doing better, not just for her, but for himself and for every future relationship. So keep your head up, keep doing the work, and trust that the universe has a plan for you, even if you can't see it yet. Look, I know this stuff isn't easy. Owning your mistakes, facing your demons, changing your behavior, it takes courage, humility, and a whole lot of inner strength. But I'm telling you, it's worth it. Not just for the possibility of winning her back, but for the man you become in the process. Remember, real change starts with you. Own your actions, change your behavior, respect her pain, and commit to becoming the best version of yourself. Do it for her. Do it for yourself. Do it for the kind of love you deserve. If you're working on being better, not just being forgiven, drop a hammer in the comments. Hit that like and subscribe if you're here to become the man she can trust, or the man who won't break hearts anymore.